Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So today I wanted to do the spine for our journal. I've put together the signatures. I've got a little bit of decorating still to go that I'll be doing just on my own probably because it's enough that it would take too long. But these are the 3 signatures. I changed it from 5 to 3 because 5 was way too big for this. Yeah, it was just too much paper. So what I'm going to use for the spine, and I had told you guys I'd show you, I know that Pam, I first saw Pam do this, I believe. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who have done this video. I am just going to do it because I thought it would be kind of cool not to have the threads on the outside. So it's going to be an invisible spine. And I'm going to take these out, and you won't see me do this too often, but I am going to measure. So I already did the holes for the journal, and I just used my ruler. I've shown you guys this before. I have it marked where I like to put my holes in the signatures, and I just hold it up, put a little dot next to those, and then poke the holes. And that's one way. You can also create your own what do you call it? Well, I actually did a video. It was one of my first videos where you make your own template, and that works very well as well. So this is technically a 3-inch spine, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's just a little bit over 3 inches. So I am going to go ahead and that's why I thought it could handle 5 signatures, but my papers are kind of thick, and my decorating's pretty thick too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark. I'm going to find something to mark with. I'm going to mark this right here, and I'm just going to draw me a little line, and I may end up having to trim this again, but this will give me an approximate. And I'm using the line to fold my paper down. And I'm going to double this cardstock, okay, to strengthen it so it'll be a little bit thicker and sturdier to hold the signatures. I would normally use a piece of, cardboard, but I kind of wanted to, I'm either going to surround this with some lace before I attach this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I may end up surrounding this with some lace or distressing it. And I figured the cardboard I have, I would have to doctor it too much to make it look good inside the book. So yeah. So now I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to try to make this video a quick. So I knew it would need to be cut down just a hair. So I'm going to bring this about here. I'm going to cut off a little bit at a time. Hopefully I will get it this first time. And the reason I'm trimming it is because it's exactly the width, and it's causing a pucker when I close the book. And I don't want that. I want it to be in there and have just enough space that I can comfortably close it. So we're going to take hair off again. This should probably do it from what I'm seeing, hopefully. Oh, I see a little bit of a crook here. This is the first time I've done, still a little bit, I'm going to take off just a hair more. This is the first time I've done a invisible spine with just some cardstock. I usually use, like I said, something a little firmer, but I think this will be fine. And I'm going to hide that white line. Okay, so now when I put this in here, okay, there we go. So now I can close it. Yeah. I think I still need to take a little bit off. That's funny, huh? I don't want it to move. Now, there we go. That's perfect. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to glue this together. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, of course. I just want it to hold on these edges nicely. Got a little bit of a clog here. It's not wanting to come through. Let's see. I think I'm going to switch back to my other small bottles that I was always using before, because this one, this long skinny nozzle is not, I don't know. I need to invest in art glitter glue bottles probably, because those would be more, they would get along better with the glue, I'm sure, than these little cheapies that I get at the Hobby Lobby. All right, that's good enough. And we're just gonna, okay. I folded it slightly crooked. Actually, I don't think I really folded it crooked. I just think it puckered on me, and you know how paper does. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is I am going to pause for just a second and get my paper. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I think I actually threw it away. I had a template over here that I used forever, and it got old, and I think I threw it out. So what I use is dotted paper. As you can see, this was I put a cup there or something. But all I do is, I haven't done this in a minute, but it's the same height, okay? And I am just gonna fold it over as even as possible. Come on now. Okay. Sorry about that squeaking noise. Okay. All right. Now, it's been a minute since I've done one of these. I think I'll go ahead and tape this in the back so it's a little bit stronger, and keep this when I'm done. I'll probably just use this one for the next few journals till it lasts. It gives out on me. As you can see, it is nothing fancy, but it does the trick. I just use it as a guide. All right, so what I do is, let me get a pencil or a pen or something. So I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I am, oh, I know what I can use here. I forget I have this. Such a handy tool here. So we're going to go between, so it's going to be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's 17. How is that? Did I count wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, that's totally bizarre. So I'm going to get this even. Okay. So my center is right here. Okay, that's right there, that little dot. Can you even see that little dot? That little dot there that I wrote is my center in the middle signature, okay? And then I'm going to go from there. And, oh, what do you know? I'm on it. That is the center. Awesome. Okay, so that's going to be that's my goal right there. And I'm going to grab my ruler and see if I'm going to match this, line this up. Okay, so because my ruler's marked for my signatures, I'm using that dot as my middle line. I'm not going to use it for my measuring, okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to use it for this. This is going to be my actual measurements, all right, because this will match up with my signature, okay? So there's that, and then we're going to go over, so it'll be in between these, this dot and this side and this dot and this side to make the other two signatures. So that's that center, and we're at 8.5, so we're going to be at 4.5, I believe would be the correct, yep, okay. So it's going to be right here, all right, and then on this side, same thing. 4.5. Okay. I hope I'm making sense. So I'm breaking this down into thirds, but I have to go between because it's an even number of dots. So you have to go in between to get it centered. Okay. So there is. Now I can just go down. Okay. I can just move this because I have these center dots. I can just go down and use this as a guide and mark here and mark down here, and then do the same thing over here, just so I stay in the same row in the center of it. Okay, so there's that one and that one. Can you guys see okay? So I'm going to pull back again. So now I have 3 dots for each signature, okay? And now we're going to put a T at the top because we want to remember the top and a B at the bottom because you do not want to screw that up. Because if you're, all of us who do journals who've got some experience know how easy it is to accidentally switch this. And if you look at this, the measurements are slightly different. And so, yeah, it can really screw you up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put, I don't really want to tape this because of the fact that I don't want to, I'm just going to poke the holes. Be careful when you do this. It's very sharp. If you're using a pokey tool of any kind, it's going to be sharp. Just making sure that's staying where it's supposed to be. I don't want to put tape on it just because I didn't really want to mess it up. The tape will, you know, could tear the paper. That's all. Okay, so now we have the first 3 holes. And now I can, of course, somebody's probably telling me, Tara, you could clip it. Yeah, duh. You guys, I've had 5 hours sleep. I'm so tired, and I'll be fine by the time you guys see this, of course, probably, unless I've had another night where I didn't sleep. But yeah, so forgive me if I seem, I'm sure, because most of you tell me when I don't feel good. You can always tell by the sound of my voice. And yeah, but I really wanted to do this video so I can work on some other stuff. I've got other things I need to be doing, and I want to get this journal finished. And I've been working double time on it past couple days trying to finish it. So as you all know, I've mentioned it enough. It's more of a challenge for me because I'm having to find things to decorate with and stuff, and having to create things that, you know, normally would be a little more easy for me to create. And so, yeah. So, okay, so there we have, this is going to be our spine that we're going to attach our signatures to. Now, we just need to decide which ones we want. Now, I always do my middle signature first, and then I do the other two. And so I just want to choose which is going to be where. And I am thinking that I am going to put a kind of, let me see. Yeah, I'm thinking that what I'll do is I think I want this page in the front. So what I'm going to do is switch out these two. Okay. And I'm going to put this one on here, because I think I want this one to be the first signature. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one in the middle, and then I'm going to do this one at the end. Hi everyone, welcome back to Tara's Take. So okay, I had a snafu, and I was doing the video with you guys, and my thread broke, and I've had such a bad day as far as like how I'm feeling physically, that I just shut the video off and was gonna do this without you. And I thought, you know what, no. So what I've done, I'm going to show you what I've done. I've created a spine, okay, just like you would in your journal with your 3 signature, you know, however many signatures you're going to do, and your top, your middle, your bottom. And you guys, I have a video showing you how I do the spine, you know, the measurements and all that stuff. It's one of my first videos. There's other people out there who do it as well, but I wanted to show you how I'm sewing it into the signature. So I've got the 3 signatures, and I'm going to start in the middle, which is where I always start. Okay. And yeah, my thread just busted on me, and it was like, oh my gosh, you know, I mean, it was kind of crazy. So I am going to attempt to do this again. Now earlier it went right in, and I sewed it together very nicely, and realized that I needed to have it on camera. So I'm hoping, I just fought in the last video as well with putting this together, because I had moved it and jostled it, and so yeah, it was not, the holes were not meeting up, and it was almost impossible. So yeah, so now I'm going to go back up. I've came in from the outside because I want my my knot to be on the outside of the journal. Now this piece is already starting to argue with me, which is crazy because it's like lined up and everything. Okay, so I'm just finding the holes here, trying to. Stop being persnickety and just line up. That would be awesome. There's that one. I can feel it. There we go. And next, don't you guys just love sewing these together? I don't think there is any super easy way to do it. You know, if your pages go offline, they're offline. I've even seen Natasha have to fight with her signature pages. So, okay. Now I'm going to go back through this invisible spine. I'm calling it that because when it's put into the actual cover, you won't be able to see the threading or any of that as far as the outside of the journal. Okay, and I'm going to grab this and put it through the end here. Bear with me, guys. Okay, now I am really hoping that things just go where they're supposed to go. I can feel it. It's coming. There we go. I got it. Yay. What do you know? I haven't tried to sew the other 2. This one I actually had sewn already earlier, like I said, and so I was like, why am I having trouble with this thing? It should not be fighting with me. Then we're going to go back through the middle again, and then come out through here into that spine. Okay, hopefully I can pull it through. Yay. The the other thread I was using that broke on me, it was not letting me pull it through. All right, so now I'm going to pull this taut. Okay. This is wax thread. It's brown. I do like using it because it when I'm done I can tuck it. Now we're going to make sure it's tight, but I can tuck it underneath each other and kind of glue it a little bit, and it works. I'm just going to take one side and go under, okay, so that I have a thread on each side, okay, and I'm going to bring this one behind and through the front, and then on the other one I'm going to bring it through the back. So yeah, sorry, I'm stuck. There we go. And I'm gonna, there, I've got way too much thread this time. Okay, all right, and now I'm gonna snip this, and this is what I was talking about. I am gonna tuck it, and then I'll probably tip it with a little bit of glue so it stays. A little bit of hot glue. So I'll go ahead and snip the rest of that off and hit that right there so it seals it. Okay, there. And then, oh, Tara, honey, my desk is a mess. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. You should see it. No, I'm not going to show you. It's embarrassing. Okay. And seal that. Snip that. And that way you're nice and secure. Okay, and now when I do this, see, there's our spine, and it's measured to go into our journal, okay, our cover. So now I'm going to grab the next one, and I'm going to do the back. And so what I'm going to do before I even start to sew is I am going to make sure my holes are lined up still by putting this through. They should be okay, why is that? Okay, that's fine. Just making sure. I'm over here out of the frame, sorry. But I, as you know, have limited space. Okay, so I'm going to leave that very gently right there. We're going to get the thread ready. Okay, where's my needle? Here it is. Found it. I'm good. Okay, I had too much last time. I don't think I need to waste that much. Instead of 6, I'm just going to do 5. It'll probably still be too much, but that's okay. Okay, and all right. Now, we want it to be in this side, so I'm going to come up through the middle again. Okay, and I'm going to come to the hole here in the back, and hopefully it'll go through and it won't hassle me too much. I hope. Can you guys see at all? Okay. Got it. Yay. That's a good beginning. Let's see if we can stick with that. Now, come on, stay over. All right, and then we're going to go through the top here. Okay, I have to find them again. I can feel it. It's up there. It goes. It poked me. I'm using a crafting needle though, so it wasn't quite so sharp. That's good. Okay, I'm going to come out the top. All right. And you got to kind of give yourself a little bit of gap for a minute because you have to work your way in these holes, but oh, it went right in, praise the Lord. Okay. All right, now we'll go through the center again and then out the back. And hopefully go right through to the, oh yay, it's hitting it. I'm so excited. It's good, it's good. Okay. All right, it's even pulling out the opposite side, which is a good sign. Okay, so now we're going to do a little tug, make sure it's taut. Not so much that you rip your thread again, Tara. All right. And then let's check it, make sure. Needs to be tighter here. Just a little bit. All right, there we go. That should be, there we go. That's good. Okay, so again, now I'm going to take this needle off. I'm still using way too much thread. I've got one on each side, just like I showed you before. And I'm going to go through the front to the back on that one. Oops, I didn't do it. There we go. Let's do it again. I don't know how I managed to do that, but it did not do it. All right, and then this one's going to be from the back to the front. Ah, my thread. I just lost my thread. Okay. And I just got that wax thread. I think I got it at Joann's. Okay, so did I say front to back? Yeah, so let's do back to front. Okay. All right, there. Okay. And okay. Come on, go through. There we go. I just like to twist it around itself. It just kind of secures it. Especially because, like I said, this is going to be invisible. It's not going to be seen. So it's just, you know, this kind of doesn't matter. Okay, there. All right. Gosh, my knuckles hurt. Even when I keep them bent like that to do stuff, you know, like it makes it go ow. Okay, so there's the second, the back one. We're down to the last one. Yay. Okay, let's make sure again that our holes are lined up so I don't have to fight with it. Okay. Let me see. Shouldn't be off by too much. I just did this. Nope, it's off. I can see it's off. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, now. Shh, Tippy, baby girl, honey. She gets to barking at the neighbors there. She hears them outside. She's such a good watchdog. I always tell Cordy, I don't want to discourage her, you know, from being a watchdog. So I always tell her, that's a good girl, but Mommy don't need a watchdog right now. But thank you, that's a good girl. Because she's a good little watchdog. Chihuahuas are good little watchdogs. We get, you know, people always talk about how they bark, but they're good little, they protect their home, I'll tell you that much. So we're going to try 4 this time since I am really off on my measuring. 3, 4. There we go. I'm just wasting my thread. I don't like doing that. I've got tons of it sitting around here now. Okay. And once we're done doing this, and then we're gonna we are going to put it inside the journal cover, and I'm gonna have to leave it to dry for like 24 hours. Well, or at least 12 hours or so. Probably overnight, you know. And then, yeah, we will have our scratch journal almost done. And then I'm just going to be decorating it for us, and you guys get to see it. Hope you like it. Okay. All right. So we're going to get it there again. Now you just go through, little one. Don't you fight with me. And I'm just wiggling it around a little bit because it's got, like I said, it's got that cloth to go through. So it's fighting a little bit, but that's mainly because of the material that it's going through. So I just pulled it all the way through. Don't want to do that. We're going to go in the top and back out this hole here. You can't see it. It's right there. We're going through. Okay. And we're going to go to the bottom. And again, don't fight with me. Okay. This is that thick one too. The first fabric, well, the one fabric one that I made online with, or on video with you guys, that had the thicker laces and stuff. Yeah, so. Okay, come on now. Don't fight with me. Pretty please. And I've got this ruffle that's blocking my view too, so I might have to wedge it through on this one. Your mobility starts to be a little bit stifled too. I think that's the hole. Did I find it? Oh, come on now. There is a hole here. There we go. I found it. Woohoo! And it's there. Yay! Look at that, guys. I did it. I can breathe. Okay. And now back to the middle. Out the back. Come on, baby. Don't fight with mama. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You're right there, honey. There it is. We did it. We did it. Now get in there. Okay. All right. Now. Whew. We did it, you guys. All right. Oops, sorry. So now, stop. I'm going to pull this through. Okay. All right. Give it a nice tug without ripping your thread, like I said. Okay. And we're going to do the knots. So front to back. And back to front. All right. All right. You know, I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. It's easier to maneuver it through there. I've got some length to kind of tug it through with. And then I'll cut it again. 1, 2. You can do as many as you want, or as little as you want, or not do this at all. You know the deal. Whatever you're comfortable with. I am very, I'm kind of that paranoid person. I'm like, it's going to come loose. I just know it'll come loose, you know. Even though it's going to be glued into our cover, I still worry, you know. Don't ever want anything to come loose at all. So that's my thing. I just want to make sure, because I think probably if I just gave these as gifts, well, even then I would feel that way. You don't want something you made for somebody to mess up. But I mean, because I sell them, I mean, people are investing money in them. I really don't want them to come apart at all, because that would be really bad. Okay, so there is our spine. I'm gonna pull back so you can see. Can you see? Okay. Okay, so that's our spine. Now, we are going to bring in our pretty little journal cover, our little baby. And this is going to be put into here, just so. My knee just popped. Did you guys hear that? Okay. I'm going to make sure it's even. Okay, and that's going to be, it's a nice big baby. Look at that. She's not finished being decorated yet. And so, yeah. And I'm not sure what closure I'm going to do for her. I think I'm going to do eyelets in the front and back, and then like ribbon. I think that would be pretty. I love to use crinkle binding, seam binding for closures. They're so pretty like that. Yeah, I do love to use that. So now we are going to, I want to think about this for a second. I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac glue, simply because paper to paper, paper to fabric, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. We've all heard Pam say it, and if you haven't, go to the Paper Outpost. You'll hear Pammy say that. Okay. I am going to get this nice and wet. You can also probably use a hot glue gun. It would seal faster if you use the hot glue gun, but I do think because it's fabric to paper, we'll do this. I think the last one I used, I just did like Aleene's tacky glue, and it worked as well. So yeah. Okay. Now we are going to bring this in and try to make sure we're nice and even. Go over just a tad on this side. Bring it up just a smidge. Make sure we can close. Okay. And I'm just pressing down, making sure that that's meeting. And then what you can do is open between signatures, kind of press, and use your bone folder to go in there, or a ruler or something like that, and just press in between, making sure there is, I'm not even sure where the in between on this is for the signature. There we go. Okay. And it's going to have to dry, of course, but that is our journal put together and ready to be finished being decorated. So I'm going to sit this up on my shelf and lay it on its butt here, on its back, and just let it dry. Okay, but you can see here it's nice and fitted. It's sealed down. You can't see anything on the spine, just the pretty doily that's that antique doily that's there. And yeah, very nice, very, very nice. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed watching me fight with the paper and sew this together. Mostly I did it so that you could see how I accomplished having an invisible spine. And if you want to see me do the paper cutting and all that and what I did initially, I just used the template I taught you guys to make, and I used cardstock and folded it over and doubled it so it would have some strength. I've measured it to make sure it would fit within the walls of our journal cover, and then I used this and I poked my holes and did my 3 measurements for the 3 signatures and made sure and marked it top and bottom. Always do that, you guys. If you're new to junk journaling, bookmaking, or anything, and you're doing it with these kind of templates, make sure that you mark your top so that you know, because otherwise, if you sew it in upside down, oh my gosh, such a hassle to take it apart. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you Monday. I think this is going up Saturday, so I'll see you on Monday. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. God bless. Bye.